Everyone admires the strength of a champion, but almost no one wants to feel the pain that built him. Before the glory, there were falls. Before the applause, there was silence. And before every victory, there was a man who almost gave up. His name is Anatoly, and what you're about to hear now is not just a story of overcoming. It's living proof that pain can be life's greatest gift. If you've ever thought about giving up, stay with me until the end, because this story will show you that pain didn't come to destroy you. It came to transform you. Anatoly grew up far from the spotlight. He wasn't born with a silver spoon, nor did he have it easy. He learned early that the world has no mercy for those who quit. As a child, he felt the weight of not being like the others. He didn't have new clothes, nor expensive toys, but he had something no one could take away from him, a quiet determination to prove himself, to show that he could be someone. While others sought comfort, he sought purpose. He was a quiet, determined boy, with a spark in his eyes that no one could explain. But inside, he was fighting a silent war. Every criticism, every word of doubt became fuel. He transformed pain into strength. He walked alone through empty streets, returning from endless training sessions, feeling the weight of solitude on his shoulders. Sometimes the night seemed longer than the day, but even then, Anatoly found reasons to keep going. He watched other boys playing without a care and felt a pang of envy. But it wasn't a mean-spirited envy. It was recognition that he was walking a different path, a path that would demand more than any other. The years passed, and each day of training felt like a test of patience and endurance. He woke before the sun, when the city was still asleep, running through icy streets, feeling the biting wind on his face. Every breath hurt, but he didn't stop. Every step was a lesson in discipline. Life had never been kind to Anatoly. Every achievement came with losses. Every victory carried the weight of 10 defeats before it. He started training when no one believed in him. No fancy equipment, no sponsors, no support. Just him, the iron, and the pain. The iron doesn't lie. It gives back exactly what you put in. And Anatoly gave everything he had, through grueling workouts, lonely nights, and days when his body said, "Stop," he continued, because inside him there was something no one could break, the will to prove that pain would not be the end. It would be the beginning. But even the strongest fall, and Anatoly fell. His body couldn't take it. Injuries, fatigue, mental exhaustion. He felt at the bottom of the pit. He lay on the ground, not out of weakness, but because he needed to understand the reason for so much pain. It was there that he discovered the true meaning of strength. It's not in the muscle, it's in the spirit. In the ability to rise, even when you can't see any reason to continue. And he rose, with anger, with fear, with tears in his eyes. But he rose. After that day, something changed. He stopped being just an athlete. He became a symbol. Every repetition, every drop of sweat carried a message. Pain taught me what victory could never teach. He began to inspire people, not with words, but with actions. Because when someone sees you bleeding and still moving forward, and they understand what real strength is. Anatoly's strength doesn't come from his body. It comes from his soul, from a heart that learned to turn pain into discipline and failure into fuel. You see, sometimes life doesn't break you to punish you. It breaks you to shape you, and Anatoly understood that. Every painful workout, every criticism, every night of doubt was the price he paid to discover who he truly was. Pain showed him that strength isn't about beating others, it's about conquering yourself. Every single day. Today, when Anatoly lifts weights that defy logic, people only see the result, but they don't see the path that brought him there. They don't see the calloused hands, the wounded knees, the silent tears after training. They don't see the price, but Anatoly does, and every time the iron touches his hands, he remembers where he came from, the pain that forged him, the strength born from suffering. He remembers the cold mornings when he woke before sunrise, the silent workouts, the moments when no one believed he would get anywhere. But he did, and every step, every drop of sweat, every tear was worth it. He remembers every defeat that seemed impossible to overcome, every time his body said, "I can't anymore," and every night he cried alone, wondering if all the effort was worth it. And yet, he never gave up, because Anatoly learned that giving up is the easiest way to fail, and that every tear shed, every pain endured, is a lesson no one can take from you. He began to notice small victories. When he lifted 5 kilos more than yesterday, when he completed 1 extra repetition, when he held under weight longer than he thought possible. Every small victory was fuel for the next battle. Every silent achievement, it was proof that pain could be mastered. Anatoly's story is more than muscles and records. It's about the soul, about falling and rising, about learning that life will test you 1,000 times. And each time you resist, you become someone new. He isn't a hero from a perfect story. He's a real man with flaws, with scars, but with a heart that never gave up. And perhaps that's why so many people relate to him, because we all have battles no one sees. And one day, we all need the same courage Anatoly had to keep going. Even when everything hurts, pain was the price of Anatoly's strength, and that's why he is who he is today. Not because he was born ready, but because he chose not to stop, even when the whole world told him to quit. And maybe this is the message you need to hear now. The pain you feel is the same fire that once forged the strength of someone like Anatoly. So don't run from pain. Learn from it, use it, transform it, because just like Anatoly, you too can discover that pain is the price of your own strength. This is the story of Anatoly, an ordinary man who became extraordinary, not by luck but by courage. If this story moved you, if it reminded you of your own battle, leave a comment. Share the pain that made you stronger. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it today, someone who might be in the same place Anatoly once was. And if you believe that real stories like this deserve to be told, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and become part of this community of strength, resilience, and transformation. Because the journey continues, and the next story could be yours.